each other very much.
Yeah, fuck you.
We've always just written about those things which seemed important to us at the time, or that seemed fun to us at the time, that in some way we thought would be a fun thing to express with other people. And so obviously, if I wrote about some girl in high school, you know, when I was 30, when I was younger, I mean, I can't write about that now. I have to write about those things that are important to me now.
What is important to you now?
Well, I've obviously become a completely different person than I was 32 years ago when we started the band. But, I mean, among things that are important to me are, like, for instance, why are the Republicans fucking ruining our country? Why do we let George Bush ruin our fucking country for 8 years? And all the shit that we've put up with in the last 30 years or more, like, how the fuck's a guy supposed to live? How's a guy supposed to get a fucking loaf of bread or other shit that you fucking use? You know, I mean, that's important to me. I'll leave the teenage girl shit for somebody else that's younger.
Well, in a way, it isn't really like playing the first time, because, you know, Carl, Bill, and I, you know, with all have played a few shows recently, and so the interesting thing is the first time we played together after a 5-year break of not playing together at all, it was very much like riding a bike. I was surprised. I was surprised by that. I love these guys perfect. But you know, I was figuring out the other day that Carl and I joined the band 24 years ago. And, you know, and so Bill, Carl, and I have played so many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shows together that it's amazing how much of that stuff becomes like really ingrained in you. And even with a long break, a lot of things about how we play are still very much the way they were. And so in a way, it is kind of like, you know, getting on a bike. It really it is, because we're very used to how each other plays. And, you know, so it's good. Well, I just, you know, I live in Oklahoma now, and I'm a garden father. I don't have as much time to invest in music, and I haven't started any kind of a local band, because I really don't want to play in a band like and just do it kind of halfway. If I'm going to play, I'm going to do it. But I run a studio, I record bands, and so I just started writing songs that were stockpiling, and so I just started recording them by myself and asking my friends to sing on them, but it just sort of fell into place kind of on accident, you know. I eventually had this big batch of songs, and so I just like, well, I don't know what to do with these, and I'm not a good lyricist. That was never my strong suit, so I started asking friends to help out, and so it just fell into place. I got something. You got that right. In the studio, it's easy to get really focused on a lot of details when you're trying to, you know, and they say the best way to learn how to do something is to teach somebody else, which is a lot of what you do when you record bands. You help them find their path through, you know, things they're trying to play. And so in a funny way, it's a lot easier, you know, than a live set, because you know what you're supposed to do. 24 to 3 of us, yeah.
But Stephen, these are the sidelights. Stephen and I have known each other and been doing music since we were 12 years old in 1976.
Yeah. So we already had 5 years of music too.
See, we're kind of like parents. This is true. See, this is how, yeah. Oh, the breaks.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no way we could. What band could stay together all that whole time like that without hating each other?
Most bands live 5 years and they're lucky.
That sounds like a whole lot of not fun.
I mean, like the Rolling Stones take like 8 years